Hello, and welcome to this special summer edition of the Adam Kiss Show. I'm sitting here by the pool for a poolside chat with you, and today I'm super excited to be talking about a new movie that just came out, Beverly Hills Cop 4, Axel F, I believe it's called. So I'm really excited to get into this movie right now, to get into this review, and to share my thoughts of what I think about this newest Beverly Hills Cop movie. I mean, Beverly Hills Cop 3 came out around 1994, I believe, somewhere around there. Don't quote me exactly on the year. The first one came out in the 80s. The second one came out perhaps 5 years later. The third one came out a few years after that. And then suddenly for 30 years, there was no Beverly Hills Cop movie until now. And I have some very strong thoughts on this movie, and I really can't wait to share them with you, especially because these days it seems like sequels just keep happening, or reboots, sequels to old 80s, 70s, 90s, even 60s material. And a lot of, especially though in the 80s, a lot of those kind of movies are being rebooted now. I heard that Lethal Weapon, which also began, I believe, around 87 or so, that's getting the fifth movie of that is going to come out at some point in the future. So again, we're definitely in an era of reboots, remakes, sequels, etc. And let's hear my thoughts on Beverly Hills Cop 4. So Beverly Hills Cop 4. Eddie Murphy is back as Axel Foley. So many of the cast is back. All the originals, the original three guys are back, including Eddie Murphy, obviously, as well as some minor characters who do make appearances, which are definitely highlights of the movie. So without further ado, you're probably wondering what I think of the movie generally. And I have to say, I loved it. I really thought it was a great version of a Beverly Hills Cop movie. I think that this is probably the best sequel that I've seen in a very long time. And I don't say that lightly. Obviously, I think that a lot of people were going into this movie expecting it to be, because so much time has passed, people have been expecting it to be not as good or a letdown, but I think it's just the opposite. I think that it's far superior to the third one. I think it's definitely on par with the first and the second one. I think that obviously for the Beverly Hills Cop movies, the first is definitely the best by a long shot, but I think that this is right up there, and I think that that's because the filmmakers didn't try to reinvent the wheel. A lot of times, I mean, there's a balance. You want to try new things, you want to try experimental things, you want to go in different directions, but in a certain way, after 30 however many years, people just wanted to see a Beverly Hills Cop movie, a classic thing. It's kind of like James Bond. You want to see the classic stuff in James Bond movies. You have the typical wisecracks, you have the shaken not stirred, you have my name is Bond, James Bond, etc. And it's the same thing with this. You want to hear that theme music, you want to hear Eddie Murphy doing his different accents, doing his fast talking, which he definitely delivered on. And yeah, I mean, I think that performance-wise, script-wise, movie-wise, direction-wise, it all just really gelled together very well. I think that the story is simple, which is great, and that's what's necessary. It's they brought it to, they added some family drama in there now, explored the character of Axel now and his relationship with his daughter, kind of that whole family dynamic, which was great. I mean, I think that it was a great balance of the drama plus just the action entertainment. I heard some people complain that it's not as much action or things like that, but I didn't really feel that at all. I thought that it was just right, and especially because even in action movies, I prefer dialogue and plot and all of that to just constant car chases and battles and things like that. That doesn't necessarily interest me so much just in and of itself. So in case you haven't been able to guess, I definitely am a fan of this Beverly Hills Cop movie. As a Beverly Hills Cop movie, I thought that this was really great. I thought it was entertaining, and I thought that I'm glad that they just kind of went the simple road to make a darn good movie. And I think that that's really what you can say about it, is that it's a darn good movie. It's definitely on par in the style of the first two, which is really all we can ask in these days. I mean, so many other reboots and sequels I've been disappointed by. I thought that maybe they might have missed the mark more. Obviously, I'm not going to mention them by name here, but I think that other people would agree. I mean, I don't know too much about what other people have been saying about this movie, but I liked it. So that's all I have to say about Beverly Hills Cop 4. Thanks so much, and that's all, folks. Oh, and don't forget to tune into the channel, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and let me know what other movies you'd like me to talk about. All right, I'm going to jump right in that pool now, so that's all, folks.